It was a kind of shock of recognition. The art world realized that glass was not only a material for applied art or for craft or for illumination, for example, the chandelier, but was potentially a great material for contemporary art.
I always believed that the material is fundamental in the work. I was invited by the curator to participate in Glasstress, and I thought this is a great opportunity to try a new material. I have never tried to work with glass before because I know that the technique is so difficult. And I happen to be a sculptor that likes to put the hands in the material. So for me, glass was a fascination. At the same time, I had a certain sense of not being entirely with it. So I decided to make an installation with those chairs. And since every one of them is so distorted and fragile, I thought that the best way was to make a grid that was very regimented, in order to just even show even more that fragility.
It's something I've always wanted, to put my hands in this heat. It was interesting. Adriano invited me to do a project, and we just sent a few drawings and pictures and tried a few things. And it is very different to be here. I feel much more connected to the work now because I feel the work involved, the heat, the precision, the way. The teamwork, this choreography of humans together to bring that piece together. What an experience, and what a magical gathering of energy of people but material together. It's been a wonderful pleasure.
So the main idea was to try to reactivate the ancient activity and this tradition, and also link to the secret of glassworks and glass masters. The thing that has been revealed to me working with glass and the maestro is the real paradox that exists with the fragility of the material, and how actually it's complicated to make and to produce.
When you come here, it's like coming into a playground. You know, you look everywhere and you find new type of details, ideas, colors, and it's really super inspiring. Glass is a fascinating material to me because it's a mix between fragility, but at the same time you need the strength of a craftsman who has done that all his life to be able to manipulate it. And also you don't know exactly how it's gonna come out. So I like the fact that you have that part of coincidence, that parts of serendipity into it, a mix between you know, the intuition of the artist, the intuition of the craftsman, the expertise of the craftsman, and the coincidence of life that you just don't control. We have here a drawing of anatomy. It's like an anatomical chart that shows the inside of the human being, the veins, the arteries, but it's also a kind of river seen from the sky, or a tree. So it's an image that shows how the forms in nature can be connected, whatever is the form in the end, you know, human, animal, geography. It's also about the idea of balance. So how everything in nature has its kind of balance, what we also call homeostasis, and how that balance can be broken in a second. And that works for the rivers, that works for the trees, that works for the air that we breathe, that works for us as human beings. And that's what fascinates me with glass, is that it's really a question of a click. Everything can change in a second.
Well, it's almost impossible to come to a glass workshop and not to be fascinated by the material. Glass is so flexible. Glass can become almost anything you want. It belongs already to the creative realm. It gives you so much freedom. It's very tempting to work with glass, but at the same time, you feel very insecure. But it's, at least for your mind, for the creative processes, it's very healthy. The real interesting thing to work with Berengo is that you have such a wide range of possibilities. Every time I'm here, I walk in here and I leave here after a day or two with ideas to do 10 different new things. You know, luckily you forget about them at the end.
I think glass is one of the really strange things of our universe. It is absolutely strange. Melted sand, what an idea. I think the biggest challenge is still the biggest challenge. It doesn't change. And it is that glass is too pretty. It is a big problem because the prettiness of the glass takes over. It's very easy to make something that's only pretty, to make something shallow or banal, or to make something that's just pretty. My idea of glass is that it is interesting when it is broken, because the brokenness vibrates and is a little dangerous always. So it's not only pretty, but usually when glass is broken, it's prettier. But at the same time, you want to stand back a little bit. You don't want to be bothered by it, and it wants to announce itself to you absolutely.